Big-time professional boxing returns to the Commonwealth of Virginia as we are at the Patriot Center at the campus of George Mason University for Major League Boxing. Hello again, everyone. I'm Gary Digital Williams alongside the Fight Dr. Jerome Spears, welcoming you to this edition of Major League Boxing here from the Patriot Center at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia. Now, Jerome, we have 4 guys on the card tonight who really, if they lose tonight, their careers may well be over.
Sometimes you look at a card and a particular fight on a card and you say, this is a crossroad fight, this is a crossroad fight. Well, we might have a crossroad card here with a number of guys that really have to get a W tonight in order to keep themselves on a winning track. So it's going to be very interesting tonight to see how it all shakes out.
And of course, we start talking about the main event and the reason why the majority of people will be here at the Patriot Center tonight, and that is, of course, Jimmy Lang out of Great Falls, Virginia.
Jimmy Lang had that tough loss right here in this building in his last outing. He's trained, he's focused, he says he's going to be a different fighter tonight. Like you said, it's a crossroads fight for him, and if he's got the right venue, perhaps the right opponent to make it happen tonight too. So it should be very interesting to see how that whole thing plays out.
Jimmy Lang comes in with a record of 26-3-1 with 18 KOs. That right opponent that Jerome's talking about is a guy named Thomas Wilt out of Altoona, Pennsylvania, who a lot of people are telling us you shouldn't take lightly.
From what we heard about the guy, he throws a lot of punches. He's a busy fighter. He comes right at you. So he's going to make it very interesting and very entertaining, but it could make for an interesting style and maybe some fireworks as a result of how he might come to the dance tonight.
That's our 10-round main event for this card. Now, also on the card, we got a guy from D.C. who's coming back after a 5-year hiatus. He's had, this is his 4th bout since that hiatus, and he hasn't taken any easy fights. That's Purcell Hard Rock Miller.
It's been a hard road for the Hard Rock, Purcell Miller, but he's a game warrior. He's trying to get himself recalibrated, and so tonight's going to be the night where he takes another step, hopefully in the right direction from his perspective. So we'll see what happens.
In all honesty, he could be in the fight of the night tonight because he's taking on Larry the Laser Marks out of Newcastle, Delaware, who has been in a world title and world championship competition. This could be a good fight tonight.
That name Laser might be very, very apropos for this young man, so he's going to be trying to use it tonight, so it's going to be very interesting to see how well this whole thing plays out.
A couple guys joining us from outside the Beltway tonight, and one of them is a guy who we saw along with Jimmy Lang on the Contenders show, and that's the Bullet, Anthony Bonsante.
Bonsante, of course, he's a warrior. I mean, he's the #1 dad. He has all those handles and hooks that go with him. But tonight he's got to step in that ring and let his hands do the talking. And so it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not he can meet his crossroad opportunity tonight as well.
And since the Contender, it's been a tough road for Bonsante because he's lost 5 of his last 6 bouts, and it could be an interesting one against his opponent tonight, Larry the Gladiator Brothers.
Well, that name Gladiator is a very well title for Brothers because he always comes to give his A game, to give his 100% all. And so that one should be a very interesting matchup because of the styles of the 2 fighters involved.
And of course, the other guy out of the Beltway is coming in here from Portsmouth, Virginia, and that is Doran Spivey, who's trained by one of the greatest boxers of all time, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Boy, there's going to be a lot of excitement just watching Sweet Pea Whitaker in the corner. Hopefully, Spivey can rise to the occasion and give the crowd something to cheer for as well.
So 7 bouts in all here tonight from the Patriot Center at George Mason University. Stay with us for a big card of professional boxing action. I'm Gary Digital Williams alongside the Fight Dr. Jerome Spears. Back with more on Major League Boxing right after this. Back here at the Patriot Center on the campus of George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia. Gary Digital Williams alongside the Fight Dr. Jerome Spears. We're getting our bouts started here. And we'll go in this moment to one of 3 ring announcers working tonight's card. We'll tell you more about that as we go throughout the night. And he is the man that does everything here in this area. He's one and only Discombobulating Jones.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we begin our historic evening of live professional boxing with a very special attraction bout. These are the big boys of boxing, scheduled for 4 rounds or less in the heavyweight division. And when the bell rings, the man controlling the mayhem in the middle will be referee Chris Wallinson. Introducing the principals first, fighting out the blue corner, he's wearing the colors of his native origin, red, white, blue, and green of Mayco. He weighed in at a rock-solid 199 pounds. His professional record in his young career, unbeaten, a perfect 3-0 with 2 KOs to his credit. Now fighting out of Waynesboro, VA, please welcome Juan Carlos Robles. And his opponent fighting out the red corner, he's wearing the black and white trunks. He weighed in at a fit, fighting, and ready 199.5 pounds. In his vaunted career, he's fought a virtual who's who of the boxing world's best. World champions Danny Williams, Chris Bird, Razor Ruddock, contenders Monty Barrett, Tony the Tiger Thompson, and he's fresh off a stunning first-round KO of Jason Waller. He's on a mission to get back to the big money sweepstakes. But of course, that quest begins right here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, based out of Dumfries, VA, representing the LA Boxing of Chantilly, please welcome Derek Chris Wallace with the final instruction.
I want you to obey my commands promptly and at all times. Above all else, protect yourselves at all times. Shake hands. Good luck.
And discombobulating Jones talked about that win that Derek Amos had over Jason Wall. That win broke a 20-bout losing streak over a 5-year period for Derek Amos. This is his second fight in 4 years.
And sometimes you can parlay a win like that into a streak, and so I'm sure that's what Derek Amos is hoping to do here tonight. We'll have to see what kind of start he gets off to.
It'll be tough against a guy like Juan Robles, who has come out strong. I saw Robles fight in his pro debut against Jonathan Felton, and he won a 4-round decision. It could have gone either way, but Robles fought well in that bout. And he came in there, did well against Jonathan Felton. Meanwhile, Derek Amos did a stunning first-round knockout over Jason Waller. One of those bouts, if you went to the concession stand, you missed it.
Well, the way this was going, the same thing may happen. Particularly in Robles' case, he's getting off to a very fast start here in this 4-round fight. And with 4 rounds, you don't have a lot of rounds to work with anyway, so you don't want to just give any rounds away.
In the first minute of round 1, scheduled for 4. Juan Robles coming off a first-round TKO, I should say the fight against Jonathan Felton. He's also had 2 first-round knockouts in his short 3-bout career.
Oh! Solid lead right hand land on the part of Amos.
Now, Amos, as far as a heavyweight, most of his career, we see it come down to cruiserweight, came in at 199. Talked to him a little bit before the bout. He said he had a real good focus in his career, something he didn't have early on. Age brought a little bit of focus for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, a lot of times you have heavyweights or big guys, in this case, cruiserweights, or however they're going at this point, start off a card. Sometimes the pace that they can start off the card with is of a slow and methodical type of a plodding pace. These 2 guys are really getting this card to a great start. This is a lot of action for big guys.
Nice left hand there by Robles. Robles' hand's very quick in this bout. As we're inside the final minute, and Robles could have Amos in a little bit of trouble.
Series of hard shots now.
Left hand by Robles. That left hand just landing now for Amos. We head toward the final 30 seconds of the first round. Left hands continuing to land for Juan Carlos Robles.
And you got to figure Amos would want to get off those ropes. He's countering on a
right hand, but a right hand again by Robles. They changed right hands. And Robles may have gotten the best of it, and Amos could be in a little bit of trouble. We head toward the final 20 seconds of the first round.
Well, that's one thing about being a seasoned veteran in terms of Amos. He's been there before. He's probably seen a lot of what Robles is going to try to bring his way, but at some point, you don't want to be taking these kind of shots deliberately.
Have more in a moment.
People, let's steer for him. Oh, we got something going on here tonight. Yeah.
You gotta hurry.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing one of the hardest working young ladies in the business from the Junkets. This is Shannon. Let's hear it for Shannon. Seconds out, seconds out. Round 2.
Start round 2, scheduled for 4. A good round, especially for Juan Robles, Jerome, as he landed that right hand with consistency throughout the bout.
He
Left
got
hand
off,
as well.
He got off to a fast start and put a lot of pressure on Direct Amos. Amos came back in the round, but every time he came back, it seemed that Robles had some answer for him as well. So he's definitely made a statement here in this first round. We'll see what the second round holds.
Solid right hand, followed by left. And now Amos once again covering in trying to avoid his shots.
And one of the pitfalls, in particularly in Amos's case, a guy that's used to fighting 8, 10, and 10 rounders, you know, you establish a certain pace at that distance. And now you're being asked to fight a 4-round fight. Sometimes you just don't start quickly enough, given the fact that you're only fighting 4 rounds. So he's got to put his foot on the gas and go here if he's going to get started here.
In the first minute, round 2. Combination again, landing by Robles. And Amos has more of a slapping jab. Robles with a harder, crisper jab.
Of course, Robles, undefeated fighter, 2 KOs in his 3 victories. And he's only fighting 4 rounds, but he's throwing hard shots in this encounter so far. And he might get a little frustrated if Amos is still there going into late into the 3rd round or into the 4th round.
The left hand's landing again by Robles halfway through the 2nd round. Amos with a nice move to get Robles against the ropes, but he couldn't take advantage.
Oh, bad
headbutt, yes. And referee Chris Wallinson warning Robles on that one.
Clearly accidental, but they both probably felt that one.
Final minute, round 2. Left hand landing by Robles again. That left hand has been just a monster against Derek Amos tonight. There it is again.
Oh!
And both swinging. Amos got in the shot, but the right hand comes back. Heading toward the final 30 seconds of the 2nd round.
And Robles' hair is starting to be a factor in this fight.
Right hand landing. Amos in trouble. Robles with a beautiful right hand. Referee Chris Wallinson watching closely. Heading toward the final 10 seconds of the 2nd round. Crowd getting into it. Amos fight off. Final seconds. There's the right hand. And that's it. 2nd round ends. Come on, Jack. How you doing? How you doing? Good, good.
Turn up the radio, blast your stereo.
That was Mina. Let's hear from Mina.
Contagious, outrageous, fresh.
Seconds out, seconds out. Round 3.
We start round 3, scheduled for 4. And before as the round gets started, let's give Chris Wallinson, the referee, a lot of credit there, because he could have very easily have stopped that bout, and the time stops now. As no mouthpiece stand for Juan Robles. But being experienced referee, Chris Wallinson, even though Amos was in a little bit of trouble, and he starts to be in trouble now, Wallinson could have found some interesting situation to stop that fight, but he let Amos fight his way out of there. And the knockdown, nope, there'll be no knockdown. There'll be a push.
Yes, he was watching the action very closely, and I think if Robles had put 2 or 3 hard shots together, he probably would have stepped in. But again, the skill and savvy of Amos, even as a hurt fighter, he knew how to stay out of harm's way enough to get out of that round.
Oh, solid left hand knocks the mouthpiece away from Derek Amos. The referee, Chris Walton, stops the action a minute in. That was a dynamite left hand and knocked the mouthpiece away from Derek Amos. Now the bout continues as we're inside the first minute of round 3. There's another left hand. Amos continues to be in a little bit of trouble, but he's fighting back. But Robles right now, Jerome, just throwing the hardest shots.
He's a young, strong guy, and he's even standing up in between rounds, not even sitting down. That's got to be psychologically debilitating if you look across the ring and see the guy not sitting down. But now Amos is coming back.
Coming back, left hand. And by Derek Amos trying to bow up. He got caught with it. Robles gets caught with the right hand as well.
Big uppercut by Amos.
So Derek Amos showing a lot of heart. Here comes Robles fighting back. Solid 4-rounder here at the Patriot Center. We're in the final minute of round 3. Robles coming back. Another headbutt.
And there's a bit of a swelling now on the left eye of Amos as a result of that last clash of heads.
Solid left hand again by Juan Robles. Final 40 seconds of round 3. Amos showing a boatload of heart. But Juan Carlos Robles showing a boatload of power in response.
This is almost turned into a phone booth fight here, Gary. Oh!
Right hand landed by Amos. And Robles stumbles. Both men warring it out here. Final seconds, round 3. Great round for both guys. We're at the 4th and final round in a moment. Stay with us. You have this type of round Scott Wagner would hate.
Yeah.
Once again, let's hear for Junket Shannon. Shannon. With some junk in her trunk. Shannon. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for both fighters. This is the 4th and final round.
What has been a great bout to opening up our card here. Major League Boxing here at the Patriot Center. And referee Chris Wallace is stopping the bout as the mouthpiece falls out of Derek Amos once again. Solid right hand, Amos in trouble again. Robles with a beautiful right hand down the pipe.
Straight down the middle, Gary. And it definitely got paid dividends. And he's trying to close the show now.
As you said earlier, Jerome, he could put a couple together. Robles could force Chris Wallace to stop the fight.
And with more experience, he'll learn that. But he's given opportunities now for Amos perhaps to come back with something.
The headbutts, Derek Amos complains about the headbutts again. And the right hand landing once again by Amos.
Oh.
There's a right hand again by Amos once again. First minute, round 4, the final round of this bout. We're past the halfway point in the round. Body shot.
And I think the shot maybe went.
And left hand followed by Robles. Once again, it's interesting how Amos is sort of creeped in, but he's taking some shots now. He's trying to creep in to try to get some shots off. But another left hand by Robles. And Jerome, how much of this now is instinct as opposed to, for Amos, as opposed to just fighting back because he knows he can? How much is just instinct because he's been a fighter for so many years?
That very well might be what's keeping him in this round and keeping him in this fight. Guts, determination, and just the experience of having been there before, because he's able to come out of the dark room and rally. But he's being put back in the room over and over again by the hard punches of Robles.
And to the final 30 seconds of the final round.
Oh, overhand right.
Left hand followed by Amos as well. Final 20 seconds, round 4, final round of this bout. Definitely a bout of attrition here for both men, especially if we look at Derek Amos. Final seconds, final round. Amazingly, this bout will head to the judges. We'll get the scores from the judges in just a moment. Stay with us. Back here at the Patriot Center, Fairfax, Virginia, George Mason University. Alongside the fight Dr. Jerome Spears, Gary Digital Williams at ringside, and we saw a definite bout of attrition here tonight in our opening bout between Derek Amos and Juan Robles.
You had a younger, stronger guy, perhaps, and Robles. You had a game veteran in Amos, and they made for a very interesting opening bout here.
Let's get bringing out Jason Bowman Jones with the scores.
I give the official scoring of the bout. How about a well-deserved round of applause for both these heavyweights? They gave their all right here in the ring tonight. The official scoring is as follows. Judges Vaughn LaPrade and Greg Coleman both scored it the same, 40-36. Judge Gail Carpenter saw it 40-35, all to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Juan Carlos Robles. Let's hear for a very game, Derek Amos as well. By round of applause if you'd like to see a rematch. By round of applause if you'd like to see a rematch.
So Juan Robles now raises his record to 4-0 with 2 KOs. Derek Amos falls to 14-23 with 9 KOs. But outstanding heart shown by Derek Amos and some solid power shown by Juan Robles tonight.
He definitely did raise his record to 4-0 in an impressive way against a very game opponent in Derek Amos, and I certainly would like to see these two guys go at it again if they can make the match.
So Juan Robles, your winner over Derek Amos by unanimous decision here from the Patriot Center. Stay with us, more Major League Boxing.